Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky. How are we all?
Hey, doing well.
Good.
Doing great.
Miss Lisa High is back, everyone, after her little, well, wouldn't go that far, after her cruise.
So mean. I miss the meanness.
I know. Is it mean or just sarcastic?
It's everything.
It's a bit of everything.
It's all
Let me fix up the
peppered
back of your,
Uh-oh.
while we're chatting away.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
I'm doing really
You
good.
had a good trip?
We had a wonderful
Good,
trip.
let's move
It
on.
was great.
Katie.
Where did you go? The Bahamas and where else in the Caribbean?
We took a cruise through the Caribbean. So we went to Turks and Caicos. We went to Nassau.
That's where the Housewives of Orange County go every season.
Oh, do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's where I went too. But yeah, and the cruise ship was fantastic. I mean, that was our favorite restaurant. The boys, we finally got them to settle down for one moment to eat in peace, and it was great.
Right.
Our cruise ship is in the background
You
there.
should
That's
give
my
them
son Jackson.
melatonin during the day as well.
No. That's my oldest son Jackson, and our cruise ship was the one in the background there. It was the
This was
Carnival
actually at the cruise.
Sensation. Yes,
Yeah.
that was on Turks and Caicos. That's how clear the water was,
Next
and look how
picture,
close the ships were. I mean, it just
What was
dropped.
that water ride? Is that on the ship?
That's on the ship. Yes, that's one of the water slides, and then there was another water slide too. But yeah, and that's our son Harrison. He was. He did it. He was a little scared, but he did it and gave it a big thumbs up. So. And then, yep, there's the family picture. We were at Turks and Caicos on that one.
Where else did you go?
We also went to Atlantis, and that was super fun. I think we have some pictures coming up with that as well. There's Atlantis. Unbelievable.
Hold on, where's Atlantis?
It's in the Bahamas. It's in Nassau.
Oh,
it's actually
okay.
on Paradise Island. It's just
Yeah.
down from Nassau, but it was absolutely
So
stunning and gorgeous.
you actually stayed at that hotel?
No, we did not. We took a day pass off the ship and went to because it has the world's largest water park.
So you bunny hopped around on the ship?
Yes, exactly.
Got you. Okay.
And so it was just so fun. It was wonderful. And there's a picture of Nassau right there when we got to port there. But yeah, it was just Nassau, the Bahamas. It was just really
Is it
phenomenal.
Nassau or Nassau? What do you pronounce
Nassau?
it? Nassau. How do you spell that? N-A-S-S-U?
AU.
A-U. Oh, okay.
And then this was a lighthouse on Grand Turk, and that was one of the excursions.
Lisa, is
that
your
we did.
hair in a ponytail with no makeup? Can't
Yes,
believe
I
you put
think
that
it
on
is.
national
I know. Can you believe it?
TV.
I think you look fabulous.
Well, thank
You
you,
look
Katie.
nice and fresh, boo.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
I was glad to get out of the makeup for a while.
Were you?
Yeah, I was. It's nice and refreshing when you can go on vacation.
Oh, we're glad to have you back.
Not care, you know. Didn't have to shave or anything. Didn't we talk about that before leaving? I shaved. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm sure you did it. I'm sure you did it.
But we had a wonderful trip. Thank
Good.
you. How are you guys doing?
We're great. We're ready to move on to the next topic.
Well, go ahead.
Welcome back, doll.
Thank
You went to Cincinnati on
Yeah,
the
I went to
weekend.
Cincinnati. It was fun. Went to some cool restaurants. Holtman's Donuts. A bunch of people on Facebook have messaged me to check that out. That was a lot of fun. And then where else did I go? The Finley Market. That was
And you
fun.
went to Cincinnati Zoo.
Yeah, I
You
went
went
to
to
the
the
Newport
aquarium.
Aquarium as well, so that was really
did you
fun. We have
really?
them on the show all the time. It was cool to just see the exhibits through myself and walk
Yeah.
around, and it was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
And I noticed that you were tasting some of those donuts. They weren't vegan donuts, were they?
I'm not vegan.
Oh, you've given that up?
I told you I'd do it for 1 week.
For 1 week. Exactly. Well, I tried my first home cooking experience last night for cooking vegan food. It turned out all right.
Did it? What'd you make?
Just some pasta, not pasta, some type of meat dish. Meatless dish.
Okay.
I've forgotten what it's called, but it's okay.
You should use like a soy meat substitute. You're
Yeah.
going to get those ground crumbles. They're
Yeah.
really good.
Oh,
but
yeah,
they're-
ground crumbles.
some of them are also still high in calories, so you still
Yeah.
have to watch what
Oh,
you're
they
putting
are?
in. It's not like you're substituting just straight
Right.
vegetables.
Oh, I didn't know
there's
that.
stuff added to the seasonings and everything.
Oh.
That's what our vegan guy was telling us. You got to watch using meat substitutes.
Yeah.
You should just substitute your own veggies that
Yeah.
you make rather than using those.
It's always like that.
I think it's
like
fine
that.
to use them,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't
I didn't know that.
assume they're healthy.
I thought I was eating well.
Well, you
Well,
are.
I think you are,
Here's the
but you
problem.
can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, people. Because you think you're eating well, you eat double the amount.
Right.
That's the
True.
problem. I'm
It's
telling you
true.
right now.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just move on with the show, everyone. Welcome back, dear.
Thank you.
Take a look at this. The Skylodge is a hotel located, I thought, Katie, for you, in Peru.
I actually
It ha-
sent this to my dad when we were in Peru over the
Oh, you
summer. I
did?
asked
Did
him
you
if
really?
we could stay here, and he
Oh,
said
my
no.
God.
Oh, really? It hangs from the side of a cliff, 1,300 feet above the Sacred Valley. Now, to stay there, you must be prepared for the more than 2-hour climb up to your room, okay? Meals are served in a dining pod where you can wine and dine under the sky. And after your stay is over, you don't have to worry about climbing back down, everyone. You just go and get a zip line down. I don't know how much this is. Did you?
It's expensive.
Oh, is it? Would you do it? You said you would.
Yeah,
do
I
this,
wanted to, but no one else
Really?
wanted to.
I would do it. I would love to do it.
You would?
Yeah, it's just the 2 hours to get to it though.
Yeah, it's a
climbing,
hike.
that would be
And
would be
it's
tough.
like this.
Yeah, I
No.
mean that would be tough, but I would love to try it at least. You know,
Okay.
if I don't make it,
From
then, you know.
cruise ship with children to climbing up a
Why
mountain.
not? I'm in good spirits. I'll
Either
try
way,
anything.
no makeup and hair pulled back. And you don't have to shave your legs there either.
I'm good. Yay!
I remember we talking about Amazon. What are you laughing at?
You're just killing me.
Amazon Go, you know, the new concept store. And I told you that there would become an issue with people stealing. Well, it is true. A techie YouTuber has caused a social media firestorm after stealing some menstrual pads from the actual Amazon Go grocery store in Seattle, but not just for the reason that one might expect. Now, this guy who runs the YouTube account, Linus Tech Tips, went to the Amazon Go to check out the new cashier-less system. Okay, so there's no cashier at this store. Now, the thing is, but in an effort to demonstrate how payment at the store works and how the company uses a combination of high-tech innovation and the honor system, he took home a package of Always Infinity pads without paying for them. But here's the thing. There's supposed to be cameras all up within here,
Right.
within the store.
Right.
And here's another thing I thought of, is what happens if you get to, because I believe you upload money onto your card, or what happens if you get there, you walk through and there's no money on your credit card or something?
Right.
Okay.
What does it do?
What does it do? Does someone stop you? Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
there's a
but
lot
I
of-
don't think there's anything wrong with this. This is just like self-checkout at Meijer. It's the honor system that you don't put 2 items in your bag instead
No,
of
but
one.
the thing tells you, love, because I've done that one, what do you call it? The self-checkout.
Self-checkout.
And if you put something in the bag,
That
it
does-
says to you, please rescan,
Yeah.
because you can't, it's about a weight thing or something.
No, I'm talking about people who purposefully are trying to do that. There's ways around it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying there's other honor systems that you could steal from. I think that the company is still making so much more money by not having to staff it. Even if you eat a little bit in theft, you're still not paying all those salaries of cashiers, people checking you out. That, yeah, you can find a
Okay.
way to get around it, but I think that they're okay to eat that cost. Because there's other honor systems, is what I meant. Like, people do steal, but they're still saving so much money, and
You're
hopefully
right.
giving those savings to the customer.
And they put that, well, and they put, yeah, exactly. And they know that when they developed this, they
Yeah.
put that into the plan, how
Really?
much was going to be like
Yeah, of course
theft
they
law.
know
I
there's
wouldn't-
way to
Never have
steal from
thought-
there.
I would see, to me, yes, I thought about it because I thought to myself, there's got to be some sort of security
Right.
for this, because I know there's a lot of, you know, what happens if people go in there who haven't eaten for a few days, who are in, you know, who are in dire straits, and they steal the food? I just wonder what the consequences are. Like, I think there's too much of a temptation. It's basically sitting there saying, steal me, more than what a supermarket would.
Well, maybe
I
this is a
disagree.
good test to see how honest our society is, and that maybe they'll be able to
That's
find out.
nasty.
You know?
can tell you've been on
They can
holiday.
find.
I still just think they're ready to eat
You're
the
not
cost.
jaded.
If they close within a year, we're going to know that the honor
Exactly.
system didn't quite work out.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just think they're ready to eat that cost. It's minimal,
they
the
are, too.
theft that you'll see compared to the savings that they have,
Yeah.
not staffing it and using all that technology. I think they factor in money
Okay.
loss for theft. I don't
All
know.
right. Hey, Katie, your topic is abstinence. I can't even say the word.
Abstinence
Abstinence. Thank you.
Abstinence.
From education.
in education.
Right.
We're not abstaining from education. Well, this was interesting.
Can I go
I
home?
wanted to bring it to the table, especially now that Lisa is back. Last week in our Kentucky legislature, they passed a bill requiring sex education to also teach abstinence. Including in their sex education, where I think actually when I was in school, we were taught, they told us about STDs, safe sex, and like what would happen to you if you engaged in not safe sex, but
Yeah.
they didn't really talk about advocating for abstinence.
You're right.
But that will now be required here
Oh, really?
to teach abstinence in the schools. What do you
But
think?
that's more of a religious-based
Not really,
conversation.
though. Not really.
It could be
It can be.
health-based.
It
You know,
can
at a
be.
certain age, should
Exactly.
you really be engaging in sexual behavior? That's, you know, I'm not a deeply religious person, but I don't feel 16-year-olds should be having sex, and that's not because of religion. That's because I don't think you're emotionally ready. You're not mature enough to handle it in a healthy way. So I think that they should have abstinence. I don't think it should be taught as a religious thing in public schools.
Right.
But I think abstinence should be taught to young kids.
I
don't
think
know.
so too. I'm surprised actually that it hasn't been talked about. I can't remember. It's been so long since I went through school with that, but I'm surprised that they haven't done it up to this point. That surprises me. But you know, the thing is,
Well,
is that
let's be
it
clear,
depends
they do
on how they
teach
teach it.
in religion.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, in a public school setting, you
In
know,
religion, they still teach that.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But in the public
But
schools,
in public schools, you don't have religion.
yeah, and I just, you know, I'm surprised. It depends on how they're teaching it too. I'm kind of curious. You know, what are they? Why are they saying abstinence? Is it because of the disease? Are they tying it into emotional distress when you break up and you know, when you're developing a relationship with someone like that? You know, how are they teaching it? I would like to kind of see what the layout is for all of that. You know,
But would you
I'm
like to
just
see,
curious.
once your boys are of the age of having sex education, that they're not just taught about safe sex or potential diseases, but also why abstinence can be positive? What do you think?
Absolutely, I would. I think it's definitely something that, you know, everyone has the choice to, you know, either partake in or not, and I think that there's good reasons not to, especially at that age. So.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all for sex education. I think I have an issue with this because I think, you know, in a religious state or, you know, you learn those lessons at church. You know, it's part of your Sunday Mass and
Right.
part of your Sunday school.
Well, what if you're
not
going to church?
I know, so let me finish on that. So if you're not going to church, that means you might not, I'm not saying everyone, might not have those same values of sustaining from sex.
Right.
So what I'm saying is I feel that you could be overstepping the line when it comes to parents okaying that. So I believe you should always give people a sprinkling. Do you know what I mean? Give them a little bit so then they can go and research more on their own. But I think being in Kentucky, and which is a very religious state, being from Utah, which is an even more religious state, I think you learn those lessons already. I think it's super important to say and learn that if you choose that path of having sex, these are the things that are going to happen if you don't take precautions. I think that is a much more important lesson.
You think it's more relevant?
I think it's more relevant. You're actually right.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not saying that, you're right, Katie. I don't like the idea of 16-year-olds having sex either, but it happens.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
So
going
I
to happen.
Yeah, and I
I
think
think
it's...
that more do abstain. So that's why I think abstinence needs to be taught not in a religious way. Because some
Yes.
people are taught that
No,
you
you're right on
abstain
that.
from sex if you have, you know, pledged to remain a virgin until you're married. You know,
Yeah.
it should be, that's wonderful too. But on top of that, you should be taught abstinence from a health perspective. I
Yeah.
think that's probably the healthy choice at that age.
Yeah.
On top of your religious
Yeah.
teaching.
Right.
Well, I think you tell us what you think. Head over to our Midday Kentucky Facebook page and tell us whether you think we're on the right path or your views on that as well with about your children. Hey, up after the break, everyone. If you're a lover of puzzles, stay tuned. Breakout Games is up next. I don't even know what that is. I cannot
gonna
wait to
find out.
find out. And later in the show, we talk with Wells, plastic surgery and skincare, to learn about hyperpigmentation, everyone. This is Midday Kentucky.